Hi, so my name is Kenneth Mongiovi, and today I'm going to be presenting on my service learning reflection on the Humane Society of Tampa Bay. So, to begin with an introduction, I volunteered at the Humane Society of Tampa Bay to help support animal welfare. But when I was initially looking for an organization to fulfill the requirements for this course, I was really looking for something that fulfilled both my personal values as well as looking for a goal that mattered to me. I was inspired by my grandmother and her legacy in working with animal welfare and nonprofit animal organizations to look for something that aligned with such values and goals. So, when I was researching the Tampa Bay Humane Society, I came across their mission, vision, and values statements. To note their values, they really strongly look at compassion, commitment, and community, which all resonate with me personally. I kind of began to expect a culture that individuals are very passionate about what they're doing in animal welfare in this organization. Their mission and vision also further solidify that, as their mission is dedicated to ending animal homelessness and providing care and comfort for companion animals in need, and their vision is leading the way because every life counts. So, this was a great opportunity for me to apply a lot of the soft skills that I've learned at USF, as well as some more technical skills. The majority of the skills I used were from my leadership minor, which include leadership and initiative, teamwork and collaboration, time management and organization, process efficiency, and attention to detail. I also utilized some of my accounting skills when it comes to recognizing important protocols and making sure that people are following them for compliance and safety reasons. So, my contribution, I on my first day, I was really learning the ropes of everything and how it worked at the Humane Society and what I was going to be doing. This really helped me understand what was going on, and I mostly took mental notes as well as a few physical notes on what should be doing and what safety protocols and things I needed to be following. The next time I came in, I was actually with a group this time, and so we were all brought in to come volunteer. And I noticed that there was an opportunity for a leadership role for me to take on. A lot of these volunteers were new, and I've already previously volunteered, so I was able to help show them how to do things as well as remind them of certain safety protocols, like making sure the dogs are kept a good distance apart because we didn't want to get into any safety issues regarding dogs fighting each other or a volunteer losing control of their dog, and etc. So this really helped me really harness in that leadership roles that I'm used to fulfilling, as well as working with teamwork and compliance in regards to my more technical skills with accounting. I also took on the opportunity to revise their mission and vision statements. I felt the original mission and vision statements were rather good, however, they were missing some specifics on what the Humane Society does. So, the Humane Society of Tampa Bay is dedicated to ending animal homelessness by providing medical care, creating shelters, and supporting the community to further animal welfare initiatives. I thought this revised mission was a little more clear on what they do exactly, and it touched upon each of their services for the most part. And I also revised their vision to be a little more detail oriented by noting how they're leading the way in creating a community dedicated to the welfare of animals in the community. So this I feel like was a little more intuitive, gave a little more information than their previous vision statement, which could have been very broad across multiple different organizations and didn't touch on how they're dedicated to animals and the community. I also thought it was important too that I got feedback from different perspectives. So I went to one classmate in this course who had experience with mission and vision statements and strategy, and he suggested that I should clarify um, a little more on my vision statement, which is what I did in that one I just read, as my original one was a little vague as well. After updating that, I shared it with my peer who confirmed the accuracy and tone, as she has experience with the Humane Societies herself, so she could speak on that. Furthermore, diversity and accessibility, I felt as though the Humane Society was a fairly diverse organization. They really committed to uh, making a difference across the entire community. However, the only thing I could think of is the accessibility portion, that they are really only in South Tampa and more northern Tampa and the surrounding areas would be a lot longer of a commute or drive to access their services. Lastly, some ethical dilemmas and leadership issues. Nonprofits often face challenges with ethical budgeting, as it's hard to dedicate the same amount of resources to each service or initiative, as they're all very different and require different needs. Humane Society is no other. They have medical care and shelter and outreach, but medical care is highly expensive, and they likely have to dedicate a lot more budget to that than the other initiatives. So therefore, in ethical leadership, it's just important to be integral with their spending, as well as being transparent with it, and dividing the workload fairly amongst staff and volunteers, and ensure that they're doing sustainable financial planning to ensure their organization can continue on and be a beneficial member in the community. Ultimately, my experience was invaluable at the Humane Society, and I feel like it really strengthened my connection with a lot of my personal skills and just the community in general. Thank you.